Brian's comment about halfbacks is fair. Although I still think Wigan showed more attacking endeavour in the game. Saints actually had slightly more ball. Wigan were able to get a lot more with the ball they had.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, so that's round 7 of Super League well and truly covered. Let's take a bit of a break now and we'll bring you our feedback on round 8 of Super League. Okay, so to Easter Monday then, Huddersfield took on the Salford Red Devils over at the John Smith Stadium in a game that was marred more by crowd trouble than performances on the pitch particularly, but it was Huddersfield 24, Salford 26, Salford winning it towards the end in a bit of a comeback.
Yeah, I was in the midst of...
You were being lap danced, weren't you? You were being ground upon.
I was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on at Barcelona Airport whilst this was on, but... Justin Carney with a try, 6 tackles, 168 metres. Craig Chapchak against his former side with a try and 132 metres. Josh Griffin also, I think, against his former side. Didn't he start at Huddersfield? He had a try and 132 metres as well. Logan Tompkins, 47 tackles. For Huddersfield, at least if you had Dream Team picks on these guys, you might have got some value out of it. But Akuma Tau with 2 tries, 6 tackles, 164 metres. Oh yeah, they were... I saw these ones. They were sort of... a few soft down the middle tries in this game, weren't there?
Yes.
Jerry McGilvray with a try, 101 metres, Earl Crabtree with 113 metres, and Craig Humey back in the side, 42 tackles.
Executive Dom Release got in touch, good lad. Salford made it a hard win, giving away penalties and playing a poor kicking game. Brough deserved man of the match for kicking 2 40-20s, but had questionable discipline. Win was ruined, however, by a small section of our fans trying to get on the pitch and turning violent when players got involved by removing their families. It was really embarrassing as a Salford fan. I don't think we need to say any more than that, really.
I think it covers it all, doesn't it?
Yeah, you've got to question how the decision making that you've engaged in when you're lying on the floor with Junior Sal on top of you, though, haven't you? Unless you're, Mrs. Sal. But you immediately regret that decision, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Okay, so Hull FC, in the spirit of 2-point victories, went the other way and beat Warrington by 26 points to 24 over at the KC.
Disappointed that there was less than 10,000 there. Hull FC. Why aren't they getting to the KCON?
Give me details down the KCON.
Yeah.
The KCON Arena.
Yeah.
That's it. But no, it was. I mean, I had this picked out as a Warrington victory, especially after the way that they performed against Widnes, and I thought that Hull FC might have had a bit more taken out of them from the derby. But credit to Hull FC because this is the second part of this little run that they're going on now, and they got a big result against a team that's still top of the table.
And
so
it was
does
a comeback.
Reflect well on them.
It was a comeback win as well, weren't it? It was, I don't know how late they scored the one to tie it up, but it certainly. It was a comeback late sort of affair. Curtis Norton, 2 tries and 101 metres. We like seeing him do well.
Yes.
Jamie Shaw with tries this 142 metres, 2 clean breaks. He's just a talent, isn't he?
Yeah. He is.
You got him on the pitch. Your side's going to score points.
Yeah.
Kirk Eamon with 2 tries this and 135 metres. So Curtis Norton obviously benefiting from what Yeaman was doing in Yeaman's second game in a row there. Danny Houghton, 50 tackles. For the Wire, Kevin Penny got a try and 100 metres. Ryan Atkins got a try assist, 7 tackle balls, 138 metres. Christy Sandow, a try, 10 tackle balls, 122 metres. 2 clean breaks, just keeps it happening. Yeah. And more down that left edge for them. Obviously, was it Marhaven Newer who was in the centre with Steve Michaels outside him on that edge for Hull FC? Because obviously they were targeted in this game. Yeah. Ben Curry's the other one to make the stats round up with a try assist and 109 metres, so you're talking all that edge did all that damage.
Yeah, I mean, I think that left edge of Warrington's going to do a lot of damage to a lot of people over the next few weeks. Depending on how well they manage with Sandow's fitness. Yeah, so Wire Joe got in touch. He said fair play to Hull, another good comeback from them, but disappointing to get beat after being 10 points up at half time. We need to stop giving teams a head start, and I can't get my head around why we're still charging kicks down. Big game Friday now. Let's see how the lads respond to the defeat. Tom Eckley 99 pretty well, I would suggest. Yeah, Tom Eckley 99 said, well, it was good while it lasted. Good game, but looked complacent for too long, allowing Hull to get ahead. Lee Whitnell said he thought that they'd struggle in this game without Matty Russell and Gidley, but with better finishing and or goal kicking, we could have easily won. Hull were worth their win, though. They've had a terrific Easter and are looking more like the team we thought they'd be this season. Langers, who's a FC fan, said, is it too early to call FC having turned a corner? Repeatedly getting back into the game after it looked like Wire would take the game, with 11 Hull lads in the squad as well. Gutsy performance, backing up magnificently from Good Friday.
I'm sure half those old lads came through the KR system.
Well, it's all the same system now, isn't it?
That's why they combine. They all end up at all FC anyway, the good ones.
Okay, Scoot 28.
The good forwards.
Scoot 28, Matt got in touch. He said, first time all year we've played for 80 minutes and we beat the table toppers. Good performance from 1 to 17. Human having a great run in the team and is tight in defence and is even passing the ball. Snade's best game for us, and I take back what I said about signing Washbrook. He's looking good.
Wow, all positive from Scoots.
Yeah, very good indeed. Okay, over at Headingley. Leeds Rhinos 16, Wakefield Trinity Wildcats 20 in front of 16,300 of mostly Leeds fans.
Yeah,
I would have thought, and you know, if you saw this one coming and picked it, then fair play to you, because I don't think anybody really did.
I'm not sure how Leeds lost the game, other than obviously that drop ball that Craig Hall picked up and managed to take the all the way up the touchline near the end there.
Yeah.
From what I saw, Wakefield did some impressive stuff, but maybe got away with Leeds on a bad day here,
possibly,
or have become just a much more resilient than we give them credit for.
Possibly so. I mean, look, we talked the other week when Chris Chester was announced at Wakefield that the first thing he would need to do is to try and shore them up defensively and just get that side of things right. And actually, whilst they've conceded some points, it does look like they are, from what I saw this weekend as well, it does look like they're defending more as a unit together, and they seem to be working hard for one another. So I don't know whether you can put it down to Chester now or whether it's just been a lag over from Brian Smith getting them more organised, but they do seem this year much more defensively astute than they did last year at times when they got torn to bits virtually every week. So, you know, let's give them some credit. And there's some players within Wakefield's team now that are actually starting to shine a little bit as well. Yeah, like Jacob Miller's always looked good and talented, but he seems to be turning up more now. You know, they've got lads on the outside like Tom Johnston. Craig Hall is workaday, but when he comes in and, you know, gets tries like he did against Leeds, he looks good for them too. So, you know, I'd prefer to give Wakefield credit for this result rather than put it down to Leeds being poor, but Leeds are poor at the moment. There's no getting away from that. And it's really hard to put your finger on why. Because, yes, they've lost people like Peacock and Sinfield and Lulwai, but I refuse to admit that them three going had as big an impact on that squad as their performances would suggest, because they recruited on paper very, very well. They replaced the forwards, they brought in a new hooker for Ayton leaving. Both of them should be doing very well. I think the big thing that's affected them is losing the leader on the field in Danny Maguire.
Because he did so good when he came back in the game we're going to talk about now.
Clearly not, but that was the thing for me. Yeah. So I don't know what the answer is to it, to be honest with you, because they've still got tons of good forwards, tons of talented young players. They should have, on paper, the two best wingers in the comp who are either injured or not performing. We've talked about Callum Watkins ad nauseum. The best player at Leeds Rhinos at the minute for me has been Joel Moon.
Well, I think we've been a bit harsh on Adam Cuthbertson, I think.
Right.
I think we've judged him by the fact that the team isn't doing as well off the back of what he has done last year.
Yeah.
Because he's making the stats round up every week and he's pulling in the dream team.
I don't recall saying that he's been playing particularly badly. I just think the offloads, people are aware of it now and people have legislated for it.
Yeah.
He's still making big numbers, and credit to him.
Craig Hall with a try, 153 metres, obviously 90 of those coming on that game-winning try.
Mm-hmm.
Mikael Seaman, 111 metres, 4 successful offloads. Jacob Miller with a try and a try assist. There wasn't actually that many to pull out purely on the numbers from Wakefield, so maybe it is some of that grit and team spirit. Maybe like the Agar effect has returned.
You never know.
Adam Cuthbertson with a try assist, 197 metres, still earning dream team points hand over fist. Josh Walters played a big role in this one, 111 metres. Jamie Jones Buchanan, not the spent force before after he had that poor game against Wigan. He's been in the stats roundup ever since. 107 metres. Jimmy Kindhorse, 40 tackles.
Yep. There you go. Okay. Brad Davies got in touch. He said, knew there was no point going to this one as Wakey were bound to lose, but might win if I didn't go. So my personal sacrifice was to stop at home and listen to it on the radio. Fantastic. With the budget Trinity have, they should have never been able to win 2 out of 2 at Easter. Well, it only got better for you from here, Brian. Colin Render got in touch. Not usually negative about my team, but we need to work on our last tackle play options and get more quick play the balls. When Cuthbertson does 3 kicks on the last play, there's something going wrong. We didn't deserve to lose, but we did. Must win next week. We'll see. Mark Stevo got in touch. Shocking again, no leadership/structure or ideas. The coach deserves to have his position scrutinised. The Wakey White got in touch. Bless him, this poor lad. He got in touch after you've been away in Barcelona. Like, literally, listen all these years waiting for us to talk about 2 Wakey wins on the trot. And when it happens, it's the week we don't do a show.
Well, at least we get to speak about 3 in one go then.
Exactly, so hopefully he'll forgive us now. He went on to say that it was a tough contest as the Super League strugglers toiled and grafted against the odds. Couldn't beat the rampant Wildcats though, and another great game for Johnston consigned them to the Easter bin along with the Giants. Dr. Bob Phillips, however, simply said worst season ever.
There you go.
There you are. Okay, so over on the plastic pitch, Widnes were doing internal damage to the ACLs of every single St Helens player, despite having the temerity to actually let them win as well. 12 points to 20 in favour of Saints. Did you see any of this?
Good crowd on. Saw nothing of it.
The crowd was augmented because there was a deal going on, wasn't there? If you came along and paid, your kid got in for free.
Well, who cares how they did it?
No, I'm saying well done. Yeah. I'm not saying.
Oh, sorry, right.
I'm not saying
we're not qualifying it. We're saying
no. I'm saying it's a good thing.
Great effort.
I think it's a great idea.
It's a shame then that the home team wasn't rewarded with a victory, but obviously they were struggling with key components out. Yeah, key components that fucked my dream team.
You really see the difference at times when Kev Brown's not in that side for Widnes.
It's just their ability to go set after set in attack and come up with different questions for the opposition. I think that's the thing. And Saints, if they've got one strength, it's been resilience on their goal line, hasn't it? Yeah. I mean, it didn't come to pass against Wigan because we managed to break all the tackles 20 metres away from the goal line, but obviously Widnes squeezed over a couple of tries, but Saints must have shown some of that resilience. The numbers suggest Saints won it in the pack. There are 4 people that are going to be named in the stats roundup now are the 4 prop forwards that played in this team. I'm assuming Luke Thompson played in the props based on the rest of the team that was selected rather than he normally comes on maybe at loose forward or something, doesn't he? Alex Walmsley, 5 tackle busts, 145 metres. Andre Savelio back in the side, 105 metres. Kyle Amor, 151 metres. And Luke Thompson, 158 metres. For the Vikings, 2 tries and 102 metres for Reece Hambury. Paddy Arvan makes a stats roundup double with 140 metres, 2 clean breaks. Aaron Jeremiah, 46 tackles, playing 80 minutes as Lloyd White seems to have got injured again, and Chris Houston, 40 tackles, 10 marker tackles. Someone needs to teach Bill, what's his name, Bill Arthur, how to pronounce Houston's surname. He seems to want to pronounce Houston but softer because he knows it's not Houston.
He goes Houston.
So he goes Houston.
Chris Houston.
But mate, no, it's Houston.
The one that always catches me out with the Widnes ones is Chris Dean, because it always sounds to me like that. Christine on the ball. Like, fucking up, they've let the tea lady out.
Christopher Dean. Surely there's a t-shirt in that as well, isn't there?
What's that?
Christopher Dean.
Why is Christopher Dean?
Torval and Dean.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, was he the skater?
Yeah.
I thought it was Chris Torval. No, it's not. It was definitely, Chris Torval.
Torval was a woman.
Yeah.
Jane Torval.
Yeah, Christopher Dean, the famous skaters. Excellent stuff.
There you go. Sarajevo, eat your heart out. Right.
Bolero's alright. We're starting to sound like the fucking the fast show sketch that they used to do when they get like jumpers for goalpost. Sarajevo, yes. Triple axel, remembered it then, didn't we? Stuck it to them that year, jumpers for goalposts. Count hangers for ice skates. Right. Tyler Cass. What the fuck am I on about? Tyler Casspan got in touch.
I've never been said before.
What?
Coat hangers for ice skates.
I had to think of something that was thin that you could feasibly stick on your shoe and like try and use an ice skate really quickly off the top of my head.
Tyler Casspan.
Yeah, go on, you do this bit. I'm taking a break.
Saints had most 50-50 decisions go their way and weren't at their best, but Widnes coughed up the ball in good position too many times to deserve anything. Bri Davies said the last no try showed what a nonsense the video ref has become. At every other play of the ball, that is, get on with it, yet when it comes to the video ref, they seem to be looking for minutiae in the rules that are ignored the rest of the time. Just apply them rules consistently.
Well, if you like inconsistent, not really, not particularly, no, but like I say, I was sort of in and out with this one. But if you like inconsistency with the video referee, you're going to want to stick around for a couple of games' time, my friend.
Yeah, but I don't know what it was, but I'm assuming was it to do with not playing the ball properly. Let's throw a guess at that, just to make a point that I've been wanting to make for weeks and keep forgetting to make.
I think it was, in fact, yeah.
The NRL stamped down on it, didn't they?
They did.
And all they had to do is give a couple of penalties in the first round to the few people who weren't playing it properly.
And now everyone plays